This is Mark and Charity Mornings.
It's Mark and Charity Morning Coffee Podcast for Friday, October 15th out of Belleville, Ontario, Canada, in the Quinte region of Eastern Ontario. Hi, everybody. It's Friday.
Thank goodness.
Mark Philp and Charity Brown of Mark and Charity Mornings.
I know it was a short work week because we had our Thanksgiving on Monday, but it still felt long.
Did it?
And I know you said that this morning. That I'm grateful for a short work week, and yes, I'm happy the weekend's almost here. But I can't say that it necessarily felt like a short work week.
No,
I don't know why. Maybe
really?
it's the weather. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I'm glad it's Friday.
Felt good about it when we came in. It was just like it snuck up on me. It's like it's Friday already, which is good. So we have our Friday dad joke. I told you on the podcast yesterday. It's first dirty joke we use, and here it is.
What do bakers and sunbathers have in common?
What do bakers? Oh, well, why should I say it twice?
What do bakers and sunbathers have in common?
I'll let you ruminate on that. We'll give you the punchline at the end of the podcast. Filthy.
You're mean.
Filthy answer.
And we are a family show.
Filthy.
I don't know where you find this stuff.
Push
but
the
my
envelope.
Goodness.
As we're into a hockey season, tonight is the official opener of the Belleville Senators season. They are in Laval. And then we'll be home for their home opener at the CAA Arena, full capacity. First time they'll play in front of the fans since the pandemic began in mid-March of 2020. And if fan reaction in town is any indication, we are darn happy to have them back.
Absolutely. And at full capacity at that. That was the big announcement last weekend that was going to happen. This weekend, well, heading into the weekend, another announcement, though I don't think it's kind of big, but expected, more of a streamlined process of the proof of vaccination, because still comes into play. You think about it, you're opening up the doors to everyone, and we've seen it this week with the NHL. Things are still in place. You still have to wear your mask. You still have to prove you've been vaccinated. You still have to maintain somewhat social distance where you can and when you can. But the proof of vaccination, a big one, because I know my parents are seasons ticket holders here with the Belleville Sens. So they went to a game last weekend, preseason game, and that was kind of the hang up. And they expected that. They actually went quite a bit earlier than they typically do, because they knew that they would have to go through that process and it would take some time. So the provincial government wants to streamline that a little bit. So they've come out with this new app, which wasn't actually expected to launch until next Friday, so a week from today. So it's out a week earlier. Premier Doug Ford's expected to talk about it and to tell us how much easier it's going to be, because they can now hypothetically scan the QR code and move people along.
Because that technology obviously exists, but when you think of major arenas, that's how they look at the tickets now. They just scan the tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, I know in the old days, you'd look at the dates.
I feel so old now because I do still print off my ticket. I don't know what it is. I still have it with me because heaven forbid my phone dies or something happens where technology, because I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes it goes offline and then we all go crazy. So I do like having it in my hand, but you're right. That's how they do it now. They scan everything. Everything's scanned.
So I don't think they care if it's on your phone or if it's on paper, but if it's scannable, it's like beep, beep, beep.
Done.
It's the when you have to stop and look, and the individual is now, they've got the piece of paper and it looks different on yours because it isn't streamlined. Now, where's the date of your shot?
And who are you? Now, I need to see some identification to make sure that this is you and everything matches up.
If scanning takes 5 seconds as they reach over and you get your phone, and it's a family of 4 and that takes 15 seconds. If the family of 4 then takes a minute without the scanning, well, that doesn't sound like a lot of time. That's 4 times the amount of time. If it takes half an hour to get 3,000 people in an arena, 4 times the time, is it going to take 2 hours? Like this is an important feature in getting us back into society. When we talk about, I want to get back to doing the things I want, then we need to recognize the technology needs to catch up to us.
Well, and it sounds silly because, as you said, to get back.
No, it doesn't.
But it does for a hockey game. But I mean, yes, for everything else, it's funny that it's starting with this, that everybody's kind of focused on the sports element, but it will bleed over. Like it will move into other aspects too, like planes and traveling and whatnot. And it will. Maybe even the border crossing, it will be better for everything overall, because I know there's people that are like, it's just a hockey game. Well, yes, it is, but that's where it starts. And then the technology, as you said, will move into other areas. Yeah. It is moving into other areas. I
don't look at it that way, because like if I have it to go sit at a restaurant and they take a little bit longer to check my sheet, how many people are standing there? I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 people. But it's where you have Where else other than sporting events and concerts do you have 20,000 people at one time trying to get into one place? So,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
it's going
fair
to show
enough.
up at
Yeah.
these things. So, it may seem frivolous, but this is when we're going to check the technology. When are you going to get a whole bunch of people together? Oh, and everything has to start at 7 o'clock, and you don't open the gates till 6, but the technology doesn't allow you to check everybody before puck drop or before the concert starts. Oh, we hadn't thought of that.
You want it to work. You
Yeah.
want it to be effective and do what it's supposed to do correctly.
Yes. Yeah.
And get people in. So it's kind of neat how things are evolving.
So it's so they'll get the app there. So we'll hear more about that with the premiere today. So
And of course, they say it's easy to use, just 7 steps and away you go.
7 steps.
So we'll see how that goes too. I love it when they do this because they did it when we first mentioned. Now I say passports, but the certificates that we're supposed to. I still don't have the digital one because the 7 steps did not work for me. So yeah, it's then getting the technology to work with each other and to do that.
My young adult children and my daughter and I, we spar back and forth and we laugh about how technologically competent I am. And I am actually superior to her, even though she works in the tech industry. I'll handle.
All
Steph,
right.
let me handle this.
I'll do it.
I'll change the date on the VCR. Don't you worry about it. I got this.
The what?
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm not sure they did either. What they did is they just keep the email that showed that they've been vaccinated on their phone. So they just save that as a screenshot and then they bring it up. Far different from scanning, of course, with the QR code. So, and I'm all for getting to that. So that's good. And that'll be safe, right? Like, why would somebody want to hack QR codes?
Yeah.
So
we don't need to go there yet.
Except they would want to have it on their phone if they're not vaccinated. So
it's Friday. It's Friday.
Okay,
Let's keep
right.
it light.
We
Let's
want
keep
to
it
keep
light.
it light.
Yeah, light.
We want to keep
and
it
fun.
We want to keep it kind of fun with things that are going on. What else did we talk about this morning? Adele's got a new song.
That's making headlines everywhere, and I love Adele. Don't get me wrong. I was kind of underwhelmed by it, if I'm being honest, with the Easy on Me release overnight.
Does it sound like the type of song that could grow on you?
Nope.
Here's why. And I was thinking about it when because we played it like 3 times this morning because it is big.
And I thought, okay, by the third time.
Got to give everybody the opportunity to hear it, right?
And the first one is like, all right, this is. I thought maybe it would grow on me even this morning, but no.
When I first heard Rolling in the Deep, and I was late to the party on that, like it had grown, like I didn't hear it like the first time. People were like, oh my gosh, you got to hear this singer. She got the song, and when we heard the song come in, I went, whoa, blows you out, this big voice.
Absolutely.
And then when 25 came out and Hello came out, huge song.
Oh, that's the one that really got me.
So I'm expecting first release off this album to
Huge.
knock me down.
Yes.
And I see what you mean. Yeah, it sounds like an Adele song.
And maybe that's why. Maybe the expectations. Maybe after Hello and Rolling in the Deep, you kind of have that. Okay, what's this going to be? Maybe that's not. It's not fair. Maybe perhaps that's too high.
Yeah, she's very personal in her singing, right? So there was
and she said that like this album's about her divorce.
Right. So
that was the inspiration.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It sounded like, take it easy on me, like give me a break is what, the song's kind of about.
And then I feel bad because that's what she's saying. Please take it easy on me.
Yeah,
and it's like,
give me a break.
Well,
it's the divorce song, like she was writing with Taylor Swift or something, it's the breakup. So, and I'm not minimizing it, but that's not what we look to Adele for.
Maybe a soft launch. Maybe that's what this is. You hear that term. Maybe this is just a soft launch, and the heavy hitter, heavy hitter is coming.
The big song is the second one.
Is coming out
so
in a couple of weeks.
Introducing it, which is cool. You're going to get the album November
19th.
All
November
right.
19th. But Easy on Me is out now. Available for download and streaming. So enjoy.
And Ed Sheeran, staying with some music news. We are a week from his album, or 2 weeks, 29th.
Next week.
Is it next week?
I've got it starred.
See, I'm
equal
or equals? Equal. Coming out. Smash Hits, Bad Habits, Shivers.
And he's another one that, and we joke about, well, hopefully something's going to happen for him soon because he's so talented. I really hope it works out. But he's another one that literally everything he puts out, there are certain artists out there. It doesn't matter what they're singing about, what they're doing. Taylor Swift's another one. Yep. Maroon 5 quite often. That it's good. It's just good. You just like it. You enjoy it. So I have no fear or doubt that that's going to be the same thing next week.
Ed Sheeran has talked about that writing to him is like the pipes in an old house. Guy's got great analogies. He says, if you buy a super old house that hasn't been lived for a while and you turn on the tap, all the sludge comes out because it's just been sitting in the pipe. And he says, that's what songwriting's like. You got to keep writing and get all the sludge out. And by then, you get to when you get to the clear water, every song after that's great.
Well,
so you need to write the 500 horrible songs before you get to the good one.
Wasn't he the one that said he wrote hundreds of songs?
One year he said his goal is I'm going to write 500 songs this year. And maybe only 5 or 6 of them are good, but I got to get rid of the other 495 bad songs so I can just write good songs all the time. So, now think about Lennon and McCartney. So how many songs did they write
that we never heard? Yeah.
That never got from the paper or the dressing room where they put a hook together. Oh, Paul, listen to this one. Oh, John, and horrible impersonation. Ringo.
Better than mine.
But to sort of throw it out. And you go back to Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
To be able to write songs, perform, you got to do it for 10,000 hours before you get good at it. So right now, Shivers, which is the backup song to Bad Habits that I love, play it all the time, is number 1 in Britain and has been for 7 weeks. And Ed Sheeran said yesterday he's hoping that Elton John and Dua Lipa's new single, which is number 2 right now, will beat him at number 1. Because Elton John hasn't had a number 1 for like 20 years, and they're really great friends, and he wants them to have it. And he and Elton have a Christmas song coming up.
I was just going to say, they're working on music too, which is going to be, if he can't do it with Dua Lipa, Elton John's sure to get a number 1 with it. Like, that has to be a number 1.
Yeah. And it came out last year because on Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day, he said, Elton gave me a call, wished me a Merry Christmas. And then he laughed and says, Elton calls me every day. But on Christmas, he called me up, and he said, guess what? I have the number 6 single today, which was Step Into Christmas. So he said, no, I wrote it 30 years ago, and look at me, I'm still making all this money off of it.
Song.
And they said, we should do a Christmas song. And Ed's like, don't count on it.
No.
Not going to happen. And then the old visiting hours comes up about
he had some
life
things
is
happen.
Short.
Yeah.
And he said, life's short. I should do that. You don't always get another chance. So they did that. And he said, it's really, so when Ed Sheeran says, I can't wait for people to hear it, it's really good. Oh my gosh, now I can't wait to hear.
See, but now the expectation's there. I hate it when they say that. Not that I wasn't going to love it anyway, because it's Elton John and Ed Sheeran, of course. Yeah. But don't say that, because now if I don't like it, I'm probably going to be the only person out there who does it. Yep. You've put it up you've put it up on the shelf here, and now it's like, because I really want to like it.
We're going to play it on the show, and you're going to be making that face, and I'm going to be looking out the window. We're not even going to talk to each other.
I know. But I do feel bad about Adele. I'm hoping maybe it will, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. I'm hoping the next one, as you've said, will be the big one.
And the album will go. And the thing is, you know what else is hard? Is there's 5 years between albums. That's tough to keep interest. But you're Adele.
I couldn't believe it'd been that long. Her last album, 25, came out in 2015. So it's been 6 years. And it's just been... Really? That long?
Yeah, I can't believe Hello has been out that long. Skyfall bridged the gap with the
25
James Bond.
and...
Yeah, because that was just released as a solo for the movie. So, we had Skyfall
Which,
come
again,
out.
Another amazing...
one of the best Bond songs.
Like, I just picture her and from her gut, singing from the depths of... And that's what I was expecting with this one. I just didn't get it.
That's what I was hoping for. Well, okay.
It's coming.
Yeah, the big one's coming.
Exactly.
Number 2 on that. So, some music notes. We'll be back in it with The Pulse again on Monday. Jimmy Hollywood's going to be back. Beat the Bank is going to be here. Sing for Bling continues. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
With Beat the Bank, we haven't gone yet all the way to 10,000, have we?
No, we have not.
This time around.
We have not.
We have not.
What's the strategy for that, you ask? Say no at 5,000. That's what's hard. People say, I just go all the way. Really? So it said $2,000. And we say, do you want to keep going, or do you want us to write you a check for $2,000 right now?
We'll give you $2,000 right now, or you're going to take the chance.
7:30 on a Monday morning, you're still in your jammies, and you're going to turn down $2,000. I'm not saying you're crazy because you want 10, but what if the alarm goes? Like, you may feel good and smug about yourself, but everybody in town knows $2,000 wasn't good enough for you trying to get to 10. But that's what has to happen.
Our player this week was all in.
Yep.
All in. And I loved his confidence. And that's, you don't get that very often, but he's like, no, I'm not going to win 10,000 if I stop at 400.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to
get out of here. And you show me a man who turns down $400 with a blink of an eye, I'll show you a bachelor. Here was our Alexa joke this morning.
What do bakers and sunbathers have in common?
Okay, so what was the
our dirty joke for this Friday?
This filthy joke. You ready for this punchline?
What do bakers and sunbathers have in common? They don't like to burn their buns.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Do you know how
can't
many
say that
listeners
on the
we
radio.
lost because of
I
that?
know.
We are going to get in so much trouble.
Complaints are rolling.
So much trouble.
Can't say that on the radio.
It was pretty funny, though.
Have a fabulous weekend wherever you're enjoying the podcast. It's a Mark and Charity Coffee podcast out of Belleville, Ontario. Like it wherever you get all your favorite podcasts like Spotify, Apple Plus, or off of our social media sites. And join us weekday morning 6 to 9 on 95.5 Hits FM in Belleville. Have a great weekend.
You too.